Alright, here is how you play Oni in Agents of Mayhem. Now Oni is a really strange character that has really cool abilities, but you need to be aware of them. And that's the biggest issue with him and the new players in this game. So how to play him? Let's start with his aura. All the time Oni emits an aura around him that inflicts vulnerability and enfeeble. Vulnerability makes enemy take more damage, while enfeeble makes enemy do less damage. This aura expands every time he does a critical hit, which means hit to the head. The more times you hit an enemy in the head, the bigger the area of effect of that aura will be. It's a very powerful aura that needs to be utilized properly. You can utilize this aura in two ways. One way is to go into cloak and close to enemies. That way they will all get enfeeble and vulnerability upon them. Then you just need to shoot and that's it. Second way is to simply go backwards and hitting an enemy in the head multiple times and hoping that the expanding aura will catch them, so that they will also become enfeebled and vulnerable. The thing with the other way, to go backwards constantly and shoot the enemies in the head, why that works is because when you look at the enemies directly, you will inflict slow upon them. That's his second special ability, a very good ability for backtracking. That way you can constantly kite enemies around and just shoot them in the head. So these are two ways how to utilize this aura properly. Now let's talk about his special ability. His special ability means that every time you do it, you will inflict a critical hit upon an enemy. If you kill an enemy with that move will be immediately off the cooldown, so you can use it again. So to recap, it is a critical hit no matter where you hit an enemy. Another thing to note, if you do not kill the enemy with that shot, your enemy will panic, which means he will run around in panic and you can shoot him, he will not do anything to you. That's a great move. But unfortunately, if you do not kill an enemy, then it goes on cooldown, which is quite a long cooldown for that type of move. So you need to be careful with how you use that particular ability. In my opinion, it's good if you use it as a panic against tougher enemies, so that you can load your Mayhem ability faster, and that way the tougher enemies will not be as much of a threat to you because they will just run around in panic, not hitting you or not being any kind of a threat to you, while you'll be constantly shooting them with your handgun. The last thing is his Mayhem ability. His Mayhem ability is a really powerful one. At its base default version, it inflicts panic all around him in an area of effect. The radius is huge, so that means everyone around you will constantly run around doing nothing while you can shoot at them. Afterwards, while they're panicking, you can just shoot them in the head or with a pistol and then try to finish them with R1 special ability, so that you get it off the cooldown again. In my opinion, Oni is a very fun character to play. He doesn't have a high survivability. His survivability is a lot more than Rama, who is similar to him, but she is more of a long range, while Oni is short to mid range character. And that is all I can tell you so far how to play Oni. It's all about inflicting that status ailment upon the enemy and then using it to your advantage. Thank you all for watching and see you soon.
I fear nothing. I am Oni. All fall before me.